Hey guys, I'm Bob the Weed, in honor of Bob Marley, in case you were wondering. By the way, I'm not a drug, I'm a useful plant. Hemp, more precisely. You can eat me, wear me, write on me, and do lots of other stuff. Well, actually, you can smoke me too, but as my THC is lower than 0.3%, you'll just end up with an awful headache. Not fun. In a few European countries and in some US states, I've become popular, but I just can't get one thing. Why don't people all around the world use me in different industries? Okay, enough talks. Let's jump through the history and then understand how useful I can be for the Armenian economy as well. Cannabis sativa is one of the most ancient plants. Processing it was already developed in China 8,000 years before Christ. Hemp was first harvested for its seeds, which were a rich source of amino acid used for food, also to make pepper, as well as fishing nets and up to 5,000 hemp-related products, including textiles. In the 5th century, this knowledge was passed on to other countries, finally appearing in Europe in the 8th century. Later, Christians started to associate hemp with the devil, and the knowledge of its properties had been lost. It was only in the 9th century that hemp cultivation was encouraged again. In the monasteries, monks wrote their manuscripts on hemp paper in the light of the hemp oil. In fact, the first Bible was printed on hemp paper. In 1492, Christopher Columbus discovered America and at the same time introduced hemp to the New World. Later, the first drafts of the American Constitution were written on hemp paper. The same paper was also used in 1776 for the Declaration of Independence. In the 19th century, England had been using ropes and sails for ships exclusively made for hemp, which was imported from Italy and Russia. At the end of the 19th century, Indian immigrants took cannabis to Mexico, where it was named marijuana. They started making every kind of product such as hats, bags, and carpets. Then, it traveled from Mexico to the southern states of America. With the spreading of knowledge of alcohol's harmful effects, marijuana fever hit the nearby areas where especially African Americans started smoking it. Later, different cotton and forest products industries got together to outlaw hemp as it was making a huge comeback. William Randolph Hearst, the media billionaire, used his newspapers to push for the passage of Marijuana Tax Act. Actually, he was protecting his own substantial forest products' interests. The government was making propaganda movies about the harm of marijuana, and as a result, in 1937, the government of the United States outlawed the most inexpensive, strongest, and longest-lasting fiber ever produced. Hitler was also aware of the strategic importance of hemp. In 1941, the German army invaded Russia and blocked Britain's supply of Russian hemp. Great Britain, therefore, urged India to increase production. During this time, when Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, Americans realized they were cut off from their hemp supply. Hence, marijuana was legalized again, but in peacetime, America once again banned the production of hemp in the country. In France, however, the production also went on. Synthetic fibers became a huge development, but even in France, where it was legal, hemp began to widely decline until the industry finally died at the end of the 60s. Nowadays in France, they produce hemp seeds which contain a very low toxic agents level THC. Hemp legalization is very precise and obliges the producers to use varieties which have been tested and contain no drug. Therefore, this crop will not cause any satisfactory effects whatsoever. They also use it for building houses. It's fireproof, strong, and flexible. Since 1995, the green activists have successfully been promoting the hemp production in Germany as well. Hemp has become fashionable in the small world of the ecological producers of the country. Now that you know all my benefits, let's see how I can affect the Armenian economy. But I guess my cousin Armo knows more about it, so I'll let him take over.
Varevdzis, I'm Armo. As you can see, I'm a local here, so I'll introduce our Armenian economy. Let's start with the chart showing the Armenian exports for 2015. As you see, the mineral industry is one of the main sectors of the Armenian economy and accounted for over half of the country's exports. Obviously, it's not very eco-friendly. The major minerals and metals being mined are extremely toxic. Overall, there are more than 670 open mines in Armenia. For example, this is Kajaran mine, and here is its tailing. The tailings or the mining dams are neither explosive nor solvable, as they belong to the fourth class of danger. The tailings can be harmful not only for the environment but for the human health as well. The evaporation of the toxic substances from the open tailings into the atmosphere is especially dangerous and damaging. Due to the poor knowledge of the local population, they've started growing agriculture crops on the surfaces of the tailings. The agriculture products grown on this soil are being sold across the whole country. Heavy metals have tendency to pile up in plant tissues and the organisms of the animals, which through air and in the form of food accumulate in human bodies. The constant accumulation of this causes health problems such as bone deformities, various types of cancer, and other incurable diseases. For example, studies conducted in Lernadzor have shown presence of heavy metals in the hair of local children. In the region of Syunik, a flow of mine dumps towards Ajanan River has been spotted, the waters of which are used for irrigation. Because of hazardous waste, the fish stocks in Mehri River have almost completely disappeared. Several medical researches has also shown that most of the population under 30 has serious health problems in that areas. I swear, I can't understand why people do this when they just can't grow me. The climate of our country is very favorable for me, and as you have already understood, they can make anything using my seeds, leaves, and me overall. Just look how healthy my seeds are. Even if we compare me with milk, eggs, soy, and meat, my seeds have more fat, protein, and calories. My fabric is much warmer, more durable than cotton, and most importantly, you don't need pesticides to grow me. And at the same time can be said about cotton. And I'm not even mentioning the fact that with me you can make plastic furniture, houses, and lots of different stuff. Hemp can save the world. It can give you food, clothing, shelter, and paper, the most important things that we need. It can be done easily because of the enthusiasm that people will have toward the whole new industrial setup balance against the tinker toys of oil. The people who are cutting down the forests and the big businessmen who want a profit right now, not 20 years from now. Hemp is the miracle ingredient, newly discovered but ancient as time, which can solve all the problems.